This is a little weird for a couple of reasons. One, it's Friday. Hi, happy Friday. And I'm starting my week on a Friday. But that's because I'm going to be working over the weekend, sort of, maybe, we'll see. My birthday is tomorrow, and I'm on my way to Atlanta to visit one of my friends. And, well, actually, it's my friend who used to live here, but now she's in Atlanta. And now I'm going to go and visit her for the weekend. And I'm going to see if it's possible to get any work done. So this is me trying to write on vacation. I'm not taking my computer. I am only taking a pad and paper, or pad and pen. And we're gonna see if I can get anything done at all. And yeah, okay. See you in Atlanta. So, guess who's back home? And yeah, that experiment of trying to write while I'm on my birthday vacation, that was a fail. That was a massive fail. Um, so was apparently getting pretty much any footage um, because I kept forgetting my camera. I took all the effort of making sure that I took it with me, but I forgot it in the hotel room repeatedly. So I tried to get footage on my phone, but my SD card was full. So yeah. So I'm just going to tell you about my trip. And I'll put in whatever footage I have, which is not much, but we'll see. Okay, so trip there was interesting. Okay, so I've never taken a flight by myself before. Usually I go on, like, trips with friends or family, or, so I'm on a plane with somebody that I know. This was my first time going solo. That was a moment because I didn't realize that I rely on talking to other people during takeoff to keep from getting nervous. I'm usually either chit-chatting with my friends or I'm talking my mom down because she doesn't like takeoff either. So that was my crutch. And when you're sitting there all alone in a row by yourself, which was really nice, I had tons of elbow room right there, tons of it. But I didn't get to enjoy it as much, especially during takeoff and then during turbulence, because was basically clutching the seat rests, or the armrests. I was clutching them for dear life. Which is funny because I like flying. I really do. I like flying, but that's how that was. That's how that wound up. So, get there, get to Atlanta, and my friend picks me up. It's 8 o'clock at night, so we're tired. So we just go back to the hotel room and meet with one of her friends who came to visit. He was hilarious and fun and awesome to hang out with. And that was great. So, drink a lot, pass out. Next day, my birthday. So, okay, so in Atlanta, in my room, and yeah, guess what day it is? It's my birthday! Woo! Okay, so super excited, super happy, and yeah, we're about to go out for breakfast. Okay, bye. So, it was pretty much a chill day where, well, chill during the day, where she took me on a driving tour of Atlanta, which having my camera for would have been really great, because then I'd be able to have recorded it not only for you, but for myself. That would have been great, but I didn't remember it, and I thought, oh, I'll just record it on my phone, but I already told you. That's when I found out my SD card was full. And I needed my computer to actually download all of the things that I had recorded on it. And guess what I didn't take with me? My computer. You know why? Don't listen to other people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Everybody kept saying, don't take your computer when you go on vacation. Don't bring your computer when you come here. Don't do it. So I was like, you know what? They're right. I'm on vacation. What do I need my computer for? I'm going to leave my computer, so I'm not going to take it. should have taken it. So, driving tour was great, except it was hot as hell. Atlanta is hot. Did anyone ever notice that? Did anyone ever tell you that? It's down south, and it turns out that the further south you go, the hotter it is. And I thought it was hot up here. Okay, I was like, oh my gosh, 90 degrees. It's just like, oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah, try 97 in the shade. That was fun. That was really fun. But no, it was really fun, and we got to see a lot of the sites. We went past the CNN building again. Footage would have been included here if I had it. That was my pause to put in non-existent footage. I think I might have taken a picture, so if I did, it's right here. If not, I'm just sitting here like an idiot. Okay, there we go. So after that, we went back to the hotel. She went back to her place to get what she was wearing for the night. Then she was going to come back to my hotel room and change. So while she was gone, I just quickly, got ready, freshened up, etc., and wound up changing completely because, how do I put this? Time efficiency is not always our strongest suits. So I decided to just go ahead and get ready. And then we went out to a club. First we went to one club, and the parking alone was $20 off lot. There was a separate lot that you could park in for $20. And I thought to myself, do I want to pay $20 just to park? Because who knows what the actual, why can't I think of what it's called? How much would it be to actually get in? I'm just wondering how much I'd have to pay to get in if just parking was $20 off lot. Not even on lot, off lot. The second lot, the separate lot was $20. So instead we went to a not as schmancy hotel, not a schmancy club, but it was fun. It was so much fun. We went there, we danced, we drank, we, met a couple of people. It was great, and then afterwards, oh my gosh, it was the best fried chicken sandwich I've ever had in my entire life. And I come from Southern people, not Georgia, but, Southern people. They know how to fry some chicken. They know how to fry some fish. This was better. I will never tell anybody from my family that, but this was better. Oh yeah, it was spicy. It was just salty enough. Maybe a little too salty. I don't eat salt, but that's why for me it was just a little too salty. But I think for everybody else, for anybody else, it would have been absolutely perfect. But anyway, but this was the crazy part. We're on our way out the door, and my friend looks at me and she goes, I am so mad right now. And I'm like, what? What's wrong? I lost my keys. I'm sorry, what? I lost my keys. We're going to need to go find those. So we went searching through the club. It's closing. It is closing time. We had missed last call. People were leaving. They were like, you gotta go. So I told one of the security guards what was going on. And so he was like, okay, go wait in this outside area. We're gonna go back and look for your keys. I'm like, okay. So we're waiting there. And mind you, we're both Virgos, so we're very calm on the outside, but on the inside it was but we were very calm appearing. So they didn't find him right away. And we had to wait outside. Not in the outside area between the doors and the inside of the club. Oh no, we had to wait outside while they locked up, cleaned up, and all of that. That did not help the panic. So my friend goes, you know what, why don't you just order our food? Because we were going to, it was really late, so of course we're hungry again. So she was like, go ahead, order our food. I'm going to go look at the car and see if I didn't drop them by the car. We both knew she didn't, but she needed to keep busy. I needed to keep busy. And basically the only other thing we could have done was just stand by the door and stare at it. So I went to go to order the food. And that's, again, where I got the best fried chicken sandwich ever, or fried fish sandwich ever. I don't eat meat. Fried fish sandwich ever. I'm pescatarian. I don't eat meat, which is funny. I'll tell you in a second. So I order my sandwich. I order her wings. And then she calls me. And I'm like, okay, awesome. They found the keys. And she says, the security guard we were talking to just left. Now, at this point, I don't know if he talked to anybody else and how far up the chain this whole key dilemma went. So I'm a little panicked. So I go to the doors and I start banging on them. I don't just knock on them. I bang on those things. I bang on those doors. I'm like, no, we are not going to be stranded here in the middle of, and by the way, saying, oh yeah, she lives in Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. If you've been to Atlanta, you know there's Atlanta, and then there are the places around Atlanta, but it's all really separate. And we're in the middle of Atlanta. She lives outside of Atlanta. So we would have been kind of screwed. So, I mean, like, the best we could have done is gotten an Uber back and then gotten one back to the club the next day, and hopefully somebody would have found it by then, or call whoever. I don't know. She was calling somebody. I forget who. I was very, very out of it at that point because I'm panicked. Anyway, I'm panicked. I'm drunk. I need to get home, or to the hotel room. And I needed for everything to just kind of go okay. So I'm banging on the doors. Banging on those doors. And while I'm banging on those doors, one of the women who works there walks by and she goes, do you need something? And I went, yes. So I explained the situation to her. She goes inside. She gets another security guard. He comes outside, asks, can I help you with something? I'm like, yes. I explained the situation again. He goes back inside. I'm like, okay. And I wait. And my friend's on the phone with me. And we're both waiting silently. This is at the point where neither of us even felt like talking. We're just like silently sitting there waiting. And then then he comes back out with a set of keys. And he says, are these yours? I'm like, I don't know. But they were the right model for the car. So I go, yes. And then he goes, well, you think I could have her describe them? And I'm like, describe what? They're keys. So she describes roughly what's on them, and then he goes, why don't you just come and see them, and blah, blah. Or maybe I suggested she come and see them. I don't remember. Again, I'm panicked. I'm drunk. I need things to resolve. So she comes over. He meets her halfway there, which was really, I'm like going, see, it's that little extra detail of not making her walk all the way there. So he goes, meets her halfway, and then I see her go, yes. And I'm like, oh, thank you. They were her keys, in case you didn't guess from the amount of relief that just happened. Those were her keys. So we go in, we thank him profusely, and then we go back to the food place, grab our food. And, oh yeah, and also a piece of cake, because it was my birthday, and her birthday was on Monday. Yeah, her birthday was Monday. Mine was Saturday, hers was Monday. So, we grab our food, we grab our cake, we eat our food, then we go back to the hotel, we split the cake, and then, really good red velvet cake, by the way. Not the point. Point is, it was really fun. So we did that, did a couple of toasts to our birthdays, and then passed out. So then the next day, very chill day. Now this is where the writing should have come in. It really should have. But I was writing in my journal because I was keeping a detailed journal of the entire event, because I always go on vacations and I only remember half of what happens. So I took a very detailed approach this time, and I wrote down everything that happened, including going to the movies. We went to a drive-in. Did I ever turn it on? I just turned it on. Anyway, I don't know if I was recording that last time or not, but, oh, let me talk about the seatbelt.
That'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, let's not have any accidents, instances, or things that where I'd have to explain why I went through a windshield and all that kind of mess. I don't want that. Okay. So, yeah. This is day 2.5 of Adventures in Georgia birthday trip. And yeah, we're heading off to go and watch a drive-in movie. Last night was amazing. I'm not going to say all of it because this is a family-friendly place, but it was amazing. And
like Vegas, what goes on in ATL, stay in ATL.
Yes, ma'am. Nobody's going to know a thing. So yeah, that was fun. And now, yeah, off to get some dinner and a movie. Okay, check back in later. Probably, maybe. I forgot to check in at all yesterday, so we'll see what happens. Okay.
And I just realized I had damn near a full pack.
Which was awesome. And the experience was awesome. The first movie was awesome. We got a double feature. The first movie was awesome. The Protege with Samuel L. Jackson. Good movie. I fell asleep at the last part of it though, because it was really hot and I was tired, and it had been like, even though we had had a chill day, it was still kind of long, and I'm not used to that much going on in one weekend. Okay, I'm a very laid back kind of gal who lives a laid back kind of life, so I was not used to this. So I fell asleep. So I missed the last part of it. So that sucked. See if I can say so one more time. So the next movie comes up. I wasn't looking forward to this movie to begin with. I'm gonna just be straight up. I did not go into this movie expecting much. And it did not disappoint at all. Yeah, I expected crap, I got crap. So it was She-Ball with Nick Cannon. Now the thing is that when it was described, I actually had a small glimmer of hope. I had a small glimmer of hope. Very small. The thing is that I'm not a huge Nick Cannon fan. It's not a big deal. I'm just not. He's just never... I liked him in Drumline. That was good. But since then, I've just been like, he's okay. That's about as good as it gets from you. When I see any of his stuff, I go, he's okay. And then I heard he was directing, and I was like, I don't know him like that. I don't know if this is going to be good. I was hoping that it would be good. You know? I went in there with hope. Not with confidence, but with hope that it would be relatively good. Okay, maybe not relatively good, but passable. That's the thing. That's the thing. I went into there with hope that it would be passable. That I would watch this movie and go, I've seen worse. Now, I have seen worse. I watched The Room. It cracks me up every time. So I've seen worse. I mean, again, that's worse. But this was bad in a not fun way. This was bad in a, I really just am disappointed in every aspect kind of way, and not laughable. I would at least have appreciated laughable, you know, gotten a little giggle in. I didn't get a giggle. I just was mad at parts of it. I hated all the characters. The acting was stiff. The cinematography sucked. The graphics were weird at one point. They had, out of nowhere, they started putting this mismatched type of thing. Okay, so there's a tournament at the end of it. And during the tournament, there is a graphic that they put up where it was all of the logos for all of the 3-on-3 teams, which are not, as far as I know, official teams. They might be. That could be why they put them up. But there was nothing cohesive about the look. So I'm looking and my eyes couldn't focus on anything. It was just this blob of text and color that came out of nowhere, and it was across the entire screen. Why? Why? I'm just wondering this. I'm wondering this not just for myself, but for a friend. Not the friend I was with, because she just lets that kind of stuff go. She's not as critical about movies as I am, which is funny because she's a musician, and you throw some bad singing at her, she will critique it. And I'm just like, yeah, movies are my thing. Okay, I was an actor for a while. I went to school for this. Okay, I can't watch bad movies that don't have a fun edge to them. I can't watch movies that are just bad, that are just badly done and not funnily bad, just horribly bad. So yeah, we watch this. There's a blob of text. The blob of text makes no sense. The end of the movie, you know how at sports movies there's that moment where they could lose and it gets your adrenaline pumping? I'm waiting for that moment where it's like, you know, they're tied or they're 2 points down and it's like, give it to Shelby. That was the name of the female lead. I also couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand Nick Cannon. I couldn't stand pretty much anybody except for like the little girl and 3 other characters who had like probably a total of 20 minutes of screen time altogether out of a 2-hour movie. So, yeah. You know what? I'm being generous with the 20 minutes. They probably got about 10 minutes screen time altogether, now that I think about it, through the entire movie. But I remember one of the characters' names, Lupe. Lupe was hilarious. I loved her. Anyway, so I'm waiting for that big tension moment. You know, we're down by 2. Give it to Shelby. She can hit the 3 shot. Okay, but I'm just so nervous. I don't know if I can do it. And then Shelby's mom from the sideline goes, you can do it, honey. Something. I got none of it. I got none of it. They won handily. There was no moment of tension. There was nothing. So, I, of course, am critiquing the movie on the way back to the hotel room. I could tell that my friend was getting pissed because she didn't want to hear it. And I'm just like, listen, don't expect me to sit through a crap movie and not say something. I can't do it with books or movies because, again, I'm in school for writing and I have gone to school for acting. I can't be exposed to really bad versions of either entertainment medium and not say anything. I'm going to say a lot. So I did. And I could tell she didn't want to hear it, but I'm like, listen, just embrace it. This is what's going to happen when I watch bad movies. So we get back to the hotel room. It's midnight. We toast to her birthday because it was literally her birthday because her birthday was Monday. This was Sunday. Going into Monday, midnight, Monday, big toast. We did a couple of shots for her birthday. And then I was like, I got to go to bed because I got a flight in the morning, which sucked. I was like, ah. So, yeah. So I go to sleep. Wake up the next morning. I don't know why I'm telling you I go to sleep, I wake up the next morning, but that's what happened. I feel like it's a little too much information. I feel like I'm dragging the story a little bit, so let me move on. So, write in my journal, finish packing, and then head off to the airport. Now, that was this is something I didn't mention earlier. The traffic in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, is not to be messed with. It's not to be played with. It is not to be toyed with. That is some extreme driving. Like, extreme driving. Like, I'm from a little town in Michigan, okay? So I don't do that fast-paced. I don't do that fast-paced stuff that you kids are into. I don't do it, okay? Slower pace. More defensive driving than aggressive driving. And this is full-on aggression. Like, a good 20 miles over the speed limit, weaving in and out of traffic and all that kind of stuff. I don't do it. However, it did make it so I got to the airport in plenty of time. So, I guess there was a bonus. I get there, check in, and then I wait. Wait. And wait. Because that's what you do in airports. You get there early, and then you get through TSA, and then you wait for an hour and a half. Because they always say, get there 3 hours early. I don't. I get there like an hour and a half early because, or, 2 hours early in this case, because I knew that, it could have been a little sticky because my ID had expired. I renewed it, and I had the little paper saying that it was renewed. It's just, it wasn't the new ID. So I'm like going, this might be a problem. But it wasn't. Everybody was very cool because it was just like 2 days expired. And, they didn't hassle me for it and everything, which was great. I got through TSA. I got up to there. I waited and 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 waited. And then I flew to DC, where I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and then got hungry and then decided I'm going to go find a restaurant. So I did. What I didn't know is that at a certain point, still within the airport, if you go past it, you technically have left. And then you have to go back through TSA. So you leave one section of the airport, and you have to go back through TSA to get back into that particular section. Sorry, there's a fly in here, and I just spotted it, and I want to kill it bad. Anyway, but I'm not. Anyway, so I have to go back to TSA after lunch. After that, I'm running to my gate because I had 10 minutes to get there. And it was really far away. Like, really, really far away. So, yeah, I'm tearing ass across the floor through, I'm saying through traffic. It felt like traffic, okay? Everybody was really, they felt like they were going too slow. I know they were going at a normal pace, but I was in a hurry, so they were too slow. But I did make it there in time. I got on my flight back home. The only thing that of note that happened is, for some reason, I got into, I think it was the flight from Georgia. So the flight from Atlanta, I get on there, and so I'm seat 11C, and this woman was sitting in 11A. And I went to go sit down, and something told me, look behind you. And I did. So I glanced behind me, and the lady had moved into the seat I was about to sit in. I'm like, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, do you want to sit in here? I was like, yeah, I'm seat 11C. And she was like, oh, and then scoots back to the window. And now, if she had said, oh no, I don't want to sit by the window, I like the aisle seat better. I don't know if there's a person who does, but let's say she does. There might be, I don't know everyone in the world. There might be people who prefer the aisle seat. I prefer window seat because I like to control when the shades go up and down, because when I panic, I like to put the shades down until the plane is actually nice and up in the air, and then I'll raise the shade back up. But I'm like, when I'm not by the window, then, I'll just look off and stare up at the ceiling and wait and, hope that I don't see anything out of my periphery that'll make me nauseous. Okay, so I'm like, man, this isn't a bus. I can't just go find another seat, so I have to sit where they told me. I didn't say this, I just thought this. I was like, why are you acting like you want to sit here? I'm like, it's not really a want. It's more of an assignment. They told me to sit here. So yes, I'm trying to sit here because I want to go home. And I don't want people looking at me going, why are you not sitting in your seat? I don't need that kind of stress. I just want to go home. Okay? I just want the plane to take off, the plane to fly, and the plane to land, and then for me to get on my next one. The plane to take off, the plane to fly, and the plane for me and the plane to land, so that way I can get picked up and go home. I don't need drama. I don't need stress. I don't need anything else. I just need to sit down. And you trying to sit where I'm sitting is very distracting. And for a while I was thinking maybe she misunderstood what I was saying when I was saying that I was sitting down. Maybe she misunderstood and thought that I wanted the window, or that my seat was 11A, which she should know better because her ticket would say 11A, but whatever. And I was thinking maybe she misunderstood what was going on, and maybe I misunderstood what she meant, and we were just having one of those cross moments. But then I realized while we were flying, she kept scooching over. And I'm like, so you really just didn't want anyone to sit next to you? Because she was just making sure that she was very contained over by that window. And that I was not touching her. And I'm going, ma'am, I'm not a carrier of anything. I'm wonderfully and beautifully vaccinated and disease-free, so you don't need to scooch all the way out the window. In a second you're going to fall out the plane, so please stop squirming. Let's just sit here politely for the next hour and a half until we get to DC. Anyway, so yeah, I figure I didn't misunderstand. She didn't misunderstand. She for real just was like, oh, someone's sitting next to me? And I'm like, yes, someone's sitting next to you because they told me to. This wasn't I looked at you out of the crowd and I said, I want to sit next to her. No, this was before getting on the plane. They told me you are going to sit in seat 11C. So I went and I sat in 11C. Anyway, that's pretty much it for my adventure. Okay, right now I'm just waiting for my baggage. I'm home. Anyway. As you can tell, I did have moments where I could have written something. I just kind of chose not to because reasons. Slacking, really, because I was on vacation and I didn't want to. Even though I took a notebook. Yeah, do I have it with me? Yeah. Oh, I took this notebook with me just so I could write in it. I had a notebook, I had a pen, I had all the accoutrement that you need to write. I know that that's technically only two things, paper and pen, or paper and pencil, whichever one you prefer. I don't judge. You use whatever kind of writing utensil you want. You can use a colored pencil if you want. You can use a crayon. You go ahead and write in crayon. Color code your writing. So I took all that with me. I wrote nothing. And here I am. And it's the end of this week. So, yeah. I'm not even going to have a vlog for this week because I was tired from all of my fun. So, this is it. And, yeah. Next time I go on vacation, I will be taking my computer, and I'm going to try and write again with my computer, and I'm not going to let anyone talk me out of it, because I think that's part of it also, is I didn't, the desk had stuff on it, I didn't want to clear off the desk. If I had been writing on my computer, you know me, I always sit on my bed when I write on the computer. So that probably would have helped. We're going to see. I'm going to see for next time. I don't know where I'm going next time. I don't know when I'm going because, you know, things have gotten crazy again and people don't know how to vaccinate. So I don't know when things are going to open up completely and it'll be a 90% safe to travel, because it'll never be 100% safe to travel again. But when it'll be mostly safe to travel, I don't know when that's going to be. So I might not be going anywhere until next year. But when I do, I will take you with me. I will remember to record, and I will actually write. All right. See you next week. Bye.